And here are the crypto top headlines. First up, Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz speaks, saying Bitcoin spot ETF approval is expected this year. Next, SEC Chair Gensler says agency staff doing work on multiple Bitcoin ETF filings. Also, Coinbase faces regulatory challenges amidst concerns over cryptocurrency use in the Israel-Hamas conflict. Plus, BlackRock and JPMorgan set to ignite the next Ripple or XRP bull run, predicts Forbes with $5 price target. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. We are a new channel here on YouTube and would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline is Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz speaking yesterday morning on CNBC Squawk Box.
Bitcoin still up, though, about 6% this week. Joining us right now with more on that and want to get his thoughts on everything going on in the markets is Mike Novogratz. He is Galaxy founder and CEO. Mike, let's start with this report. Let's start with all of the excitement / hype / I don't know what about the fact that not just BlackRock, but Fidelity and so many others have attempted, at least, or have applications in to try to get a Bitcoin ETF going. And the question is whether just because they're asking, is it going to be approved?
Yeah, it's going to get approved. We actually think, we're partnered with Invesco on an application. We think it happens this year in 2023. All the indications of dealing seem to be heading in the right direction. And that's, from
what's Mike, though, because I don't want people to, Mike, people are going to say he's talking his book. He owns a lot of Bitcoin. He wants this to happen, obviously. What would you pinpoint and specifically suggest that you're seeing around the approval process that is somehow different today than it was a year ago, than it was 2 or 3 years ago?
The most significant piece was the SEC lost in court, right? The judge said, what are you talking about, SEC? You have a futures ETF and you're saying you can't have a cash ETF. That makes intellectually zero sense. And I think that put the SEC on the back foot. And I think Gensler needs a win. There's a tremendous amount of pressure to do something that is rational. The American public wants this. BlackRock, who's the largest asset manager in the world, is out publicly saying we're going to get this done. And it's, I can't talk specific about conversations our guys are having, and, that's on the Invesco side. But talking to all the other people, it just feels like the dialogue with the SEC is all heading in the right direction.
But when you say the dialogue with the SEC, have you seen a shift, a fundamental shift in the way the SEC, anecdotally, I imagine, would have to be the only way you'd know this, has changed the approach to thinking about this in light of that lawsuit, which is to say, Lena Khan has lost lawsuits before, in her agency at the FTC. That hasn't shifted the way she thinks about antitrust regulation in the United States.
Yeah, just the public filings back and forth and the comments you're reading online, the people's comments are much more constructive. And when you go to the comment period, what they're asking about all seems much more specific than general. And that seems to be a good sign. We'll see. I don't have a crystal ball. This is my intuition.
Right. By the way, do you have any thought on what happened during this week and how that report came about? I know that organization is planning to investigate how the report was written, but there's some people that are anxious or worried that there's manipulation at play.
The last day for the SEC to file an appeal on that suit came and went, and so there was some expectation or excitement. And Cointelegraph, I believe, put out an errant report. We were sitting on our desk thinking, I don't think Cointelegraph is going to be the person who breaks, this story. I think the SEC probably has other sources if they want to break a story. And so I was a little skeptical myself. What it does tell you is the market will head higher on any positive news, right? You're going to have Invesco's sales force, BlackRock sales force, Cathie Wood's sales force, Fidelity sales force, all out selling Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has always been an instrument that is sold, not bought, right? It's getting people in the first time, explaining to them what it is. I think by far the most bullish thing that happened was Larry Fink on TV saying, oh, don't worry about that rumor where Bitcoin's going up because people see it as a store of value and as a flight to quality asset. That's the largest asset manager in the world. And it's no longer talking about how it works or why it's important. It's just a recognized macro asset. And that's a huge psychological shift.
Our next top headline, SEC Chair Gensler says agency staff doing work on multiple Bitcoin ETF filings. The staff is doing work on those multiple filings, SEC Chair Gary Gensler said Wednesday when asked about the ongoing review process for spot Bitcoin ETFs. Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler didn't provide too many new details on Wednesday when asked about the status of multiple applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs the agency is reviewing, but he did say staff is continuing its review. I'm not going to prejudge, he said in an interview with Bloomberg TV. The staff is doing work on those multiple filings. Gensler declined to comment when asked about the next steps in the regulator's ongoing case against Grayscale Investments, after it decided not to appeal a court ruling last month. He also wouldn't say if the agency would potentially approve a single fund or wait to approve everything in a group, should such an approval come. The SEC last month instituted additional proceedings to determine whether proposed spot Bitcoin ETFs from big-name asset managers including BlackRock, Invesco, Valkyrie, and Fidelity should be approved or disapproved, and apparent additional delays that will add at least another month to the review processes underway. Time-tested process. What we have in front of us, just so that the viewing public understands, we have not one but multiple, I think it's 8 or 10 filings that the staff and ultimately the commission is considering, he said. When an asset manager is seeking to take something public, these exchange-traded products need to register with the SEC and they go through a filing, somewhat similar to going public, like an IPO. And so it's really the work of our division of corporation finance that gives feedback. Our division of trading and markets, of course, looks at the filings, he continued. This is a time-tested process that goes back decades. The staff of the SEC, it's called the Disclosure Review Team, but in that group, they respond and give feedback to potential issuers. Our next top headline, Coinbase faces regulatory challenges amidst concerns over cryptocurrency use in the Israel-Hamas conflict. Cryptocurrencies have been at the center of the ongoing conflict between the State of Israel and Hamas, the militant group controlling the Gaza Strip. According to reports, Hamas has been using cryptocurrencies to fund its operations in Israel. Using cryptocurrencies allows the group to evade international sanctions imposed by the West. In recent days, Israel has called on crypto exchanges to freeze accounts owned by the militant group. Since the start of the conflict last weekend, more than 100 accounts on the world's largest crypto exchange, Binance, have been frozen. Coinbase has equally called for the seizure and closure of accounts of the terror group. In a blog post, the publicly traded exchange stated, "No currency of any type, whether it's fiat, gold, or crypto, should ever be used to support Hamas or any other terrorist organizations. That is why Coinbase focuses on rooting out bad actors seeking to use crypto for illicit purposes." Berenberg Capital Markets noted that the recent developments will only hinder Coinbase's efforts to lobby crypto in the U.S. The exchange has been calling for clearer regulations and for pro-crypto rules that encourage adoption. However, Their use to fund criminal activity casts a negative shadow on the industry. Hamas has been one of the more successful users of crypto for the financing of terrorism, said Tom Robinson, co-founder of blockchain research firm Elliptic. As U.S. President Joe Biden visits Israel in a show of support, lawmakers led by Senator Elizabeth Warren are pressuring the White House to crack down on Hamas's use of crypto after Israel's attack. In a letter, they stated, Congress and the administration must take strong action to thoroughly address crypto illicit finance risks before it can be used to finance another tragedy. But while cryptocurrency might have been used to bring conflict in the region, it is important to note that it can be used to bring good. Millions of Palestinians are struggling to access basic needs, from food, shelter, and a means to escape the volatile region. Unfortunately, it is hard for aid to get to this region. Through innovative projects that utilize cryptocurrencies such as Stellar Lumens, aid can be delivered in these regions. The Stellar blockchain is revolutionizing the aid assistance process with borderless, low-cost, transparent, and near-instant settlements. Our next top headline, BlackRock and JPMorgan set to ignite the next Ripple, or XRP, bull run, predicts Forbes with $5 price target. Cryptocurrency enthusiasts closely monitor BlackRock's recent foray into blockchain technology and its growing embrace of digital assets. A recent incident involving a mistaken report about BlackRock's ETF approval has brought even more attention to these developments. Blockchain integration and asset tokenization. In a significant development within traditional finance, BlackRock has made history by being the first major player on Wall Street to utilize JPMorgan's blockchain-based collateral settlement system. This marks a pivotal moment in the evolution of financial markets as blockchain technology promises to make settlement processes more efficient and transparent. One tangible manifestation of this integration is BlackRock's recent tokenization of shares in one of its money market funds. They achieved this groundbreaking feat by leveraging JPMorgan's Ethereum-based Onyx blockchain, enabling an over-the-counter derivatives trade. The outcome of this effort hints at a potential revolution in the handling of traditional financial assets, rendering them more accessible and cost-effective. The emergence of cryptocurrencies, most notably Bitcoin, has made it possible for different assets to be tokenized on open ledgers. This technological leap can disrupt industries ranging from stocks and bonds to real estate and alternative investments like art. Asset tokenization involves converting ownership or rights into digital tokens that can be effortlessly traded and recorded on a blockchain. This offers advantages in terms of efficiency, security, and accessibility. The evolution of Larry Fink's perspective. BlackRock's chief executive, Larry Fink, expressed increasing optimism about blockchain technology and the digital asset space. In his annual letter to shareholders, Fink referred to blockchain as great importance. This signifies a departure from his earlier skepticism regarding cryptocurrencies. Fink's recent statement that many existing crypto companies may not endure, particularly in the wake of FTX's troubles, implies that traditional financial giants, such as BlackRock, could play a more prominent role in shaping the crypto landscape. Fink's evolving viewpoint extends to the role of cryptocurrencies in the global financial landscape. He envisions a scenario where Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies could transcend traditional currencies, including the US dollar. The international nature of cryptocurrencies might render them less dependent on the valuation of any fiat currency. This shift could have significant ramifications for global finance and currency markets. Fink's newfound enthusiasm for cryptocurrencies includes the belief that they have the potential to revolutionize finance. This marks a dramatic reversal from his earlier characterization of Bitcoin as an index of money laundering. Blockchain technology and digital assets have the transformative potential to reshape financial transactions, potentially reducing costs and enhancing efficiency. Market response and speculation. The recent surge in cryptocurrency prices, triggered by the mistaken report of BlackRock's ETF approval, underscores how sensitive the crypto market is to significant institutional developments. The crypto community closely watches BlackRock's actions, as they could signal a broader acceptance of digital assets by traditional financial institutions. This market reaction underscores the speculative nature of cryptocurrencies, where news and rumors can substantially impact prices. So this concludes our top headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.